Hey, Greg. Some of your teammates have said you may be one of the most improved players on the team. How do you think you've improved in the last year or so?
I would just probably say just trying to get my body right. Last year was a great year, experience-wise for me. First year starting, so just knowing what I need to do, get faster, continue with my nutrition, things like that. Stay with Dr. Frakes. So I would just say all facets of my game, I try to get better every year. So that's good to hear my teammates say that.
I think Coach Howell said it was your weight.
Yeah.
You had to get it down.
Yeah, correct.
How much did you lose? Or
Yeah, last year I was playing around, I think around fall camp last year, I was probably about 243, 242, something like that. Right now I'm around 231, so I'm playing around 230 this year.
and just the group of linebackers. How do you feel you guys are playing off each other? You've added Omar to the mix,
Right.
and you're doing some different stuff with Harold.
Correct. Yeah, I think we have a very unselfish group. Each guy brings something different. We have a lot of experience now this year, and we have some young guys, Christian and Witt. So I think we have a great group, an experienced group. I think we have one of the best groups in the country.
Greg, just I guess talk about the defense as a whole now that it's kind of year two and understanding what everybody wants out of that and kind of comfortability, I guess, that everyone has.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole defense as a whole, me coming back this year, having the same coordinator this year, I think really helped me and some of my other teammates. We have the same defense, same guys, basically in the front seven, kind of. I think as a whole, it really helped us continue to grow and be familiar with each other. I think that's where we taken a step this year.
The versatility that we're seeing with Harold it kind of maybe opens things up for different looks, I guess. So you kind of really have to be ready at all times.
Correct. Yeah, Perk being everywhere on the field now it's hard to just key in on him, especially with Mason being back and guys get more one-on-ones and things like that. So as a whole, it'll help the whole defense.
I know Mason's kind of working through something right now, but what kind of difference have you seen with him being back as far as the way it frees up other guys?
Right. Like last year without him, I mean, it was a big difference, him playing and not playing. Like you saw against Florida State, those first couple snaps, he was in the backfield and things like that. So with Mason out there, he just creates a different dimension in our defense, just a extra guy who's going to create havoc, just like Perk, Wingo, all those other guys.
You mentioned kind of this being the second year in Matt House's defense. How does that continuity make you feel more comfortable this year around?
Right. I mean, it helps a lot. I mean, my first year to my second year, I had a different D coordinator. So now going into year two with Coach House really helps me. I mean, I'm playing Mike and Will right now, and I basically know both of them like ABCs really. So, I mean, it's really good having Coach House back this year and me being able to play both and know what everyone has to do is really good.
What is Omar like? He's super intense, right? Like we talked to him the other day, just like trying to get him loosen up a little bit. What's he like as a teammate? And I'm assuming like he brings that to the field, right?
Yeah, Omar. He's from Philly, so we're both like East Coast guy. I'm from Baltimore, so I actually played it in high school. I played against the high school he went to, and we'd make jokes and stuff about things like that. But Omar, he's cool, laid back guy, kind of quiet, but you could tell he's real intense. Look like a 30-year-old man, things like that. But O's a great teammate. I mean, I sit right next to him in the meeting room, so being a veteran guy, he's a great guy.
What does he bring? Is he like super cerebral, like a thumper? What do you see in his game that you like?
I think he can do everything, honestly. I think each guy in the room brings something different. Omar can come off the edge too. He can do a little bit of everything. He can cover, come off the edge. He can be a thumper. We need to be a thumper. I think that's what I think is good about our room. I think we have guys that can do a little bit of everything.
What have you seen in the tight ends? Obviously, Mason looks like he's taking that next step, right? But
Correct.
The young guys kind of coming in and contributing as well.
Obviously, that room has gotten a lot deeper. Going against those guys every day, I think just like our room, they have guys that can do different things. Mac is more of a blocker. Mason, you know what Mason can do. And they got Big Pimp. He's a jump ball guy. He makes plays. So, I mean, these guys in that room bring something different. I feel like they're young, but they have a really good room.
Is that a matchup nightmare for y'all?
I wouldn't say that. I think we do. I think us as the linebackers hanging on pretty well. But, I mean, each day it's competition at every position. So, yeah.
Greg, what are you guys doing with Major Burns? Kind of working with you guys a little bit.
I I think with Major, it's just him and Coach House, and then they kind of meet and things like that, and they work with him off the edge and things like that. Just trying to grow his game as much as possible. Everybody's trying to grow their game, do different things like that.
So he's a guy you could move close to the line of scrimmage and.
Yeah, I think Major can do a little bit of everything because he has great length. Major's a tall guy. He's very vocal. I know you guys probably hear him and things like that. So he could do a little bit of everything. He's one of our bigger safeties. So I think that's why they are doing stuff like that with Major.
And Coach House, he spends more time with the linebackers than anybody, right?
Correct.
So what's it been like to be coached by him? What do you think of him as a defensive coordinator and what he brings to you each day?
Yeah, Coach House is a great guy, man. He's a smart mind. I mean, he knows his stuff. Each day he has different installs and things like that. He creates mismatches with blitzes very well. I think he's probably the best DC I've probably had since I've been here. And he just does a great job creating mismatches. He puts us in positions with our skill sets to succeed. That's basically what he does.
A lot of talented freshmen on the defensive side. Are there any that are kind of standing out as you can't believe he's a freshman just coming into this program?
There's a lot of good guys that are standing out. In my room, I'd probably say Whit and Christian are doing really well. Whit was here in the spring, so I think he has a little edge up. So he's been here. He knows the process. He's been playing really well. Ashton Stamps at corner has been doing really well. He asks a lot of questions. He's very engaged. It's a lot of guys, man. On the D-line, Womack's coming along. You could tell he's a guy. Me and Womack are both from Baltimore, so I've had a relationship with him for a couple of years. Him coming here, I've tried to keep him under my wing, make sure he's doing things the right way and things like that. I think he's going to be a really good player.
We're going to talk to Deuce in a little bit, I think. What kind of dude is he? He's certainly talkative, right?
Yeah, Deuce is definitely talkative, always talking. He's a veteran guy. He's played a lot of football, seen a lot of routes. I think he sees things before they happen really well. Great guy, great teammate. I mean, he's a great guy to jump routes and things like that. He gets picks, and he's had a couple picks this fall camp, which is really good. That's a big thing we've been trying to do is create turnovers and get on the field on third down. So he's a guy that can help us with that.
Everybody we've talked to said he jumps routes good. So, I mean, it must be a thing, huh?
Yeah.
What goes into that?
I think he just has a knack for it. I mean, I think he's seen a lot of football and things like that. So, I mean, hopefully we get a couple of them this year, pick sixes.
It's a little trial by fire for those dudes, Zai and him as well, transferring in and kind of trying to get up to speed with this receiving core. I guess, how do you feel about the secondary as far as progressing and feeling like, yeah, we can roll with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, I feel very comfortable with our secondary. I mean, it's a couple, well, the safeties in whole are Greg and Major, I mean, and Andre Sam's doing a great job. I mean, Dre is a great communicator. He's fitting really well with us, I think. And the corners, it's just all about communication, really. I mean, there's new faces at corner, but I think they're doing a pretty good job coming in with the defense and understanding the scheme. I think as a whole, we just got to help each other and continue to grow each day. I mean, you can't look forward to the next day, focus on today.
What are you seeing in that offense that you're going against? Obviously, they return a ton as well.
Yeah. The offense, this fall camp, I can tell you they've probably been a lot more explosive than they were last year. Taking a lot more shots downfield, I would say. Not just with the quick game, they're doing a lot more downfield routes. Excuse me, longer progressing routes, and the O-liners look good. They have they got a lot of veterans up there now that played a lot of football. So, I mean, hopefully they can put up some points this year and we'll have a great year.
We'll get two more for Greg Penn.
Just specifically on Zai, like there's a stigma with some people. A guy at Southeastern, he can't start at LSU or play in the Southeastern Conference, but he's long, right? And he's got the skills. I mean, what are you seeing out of him specifically at camp?
Zai's a smart player. I mean, like 2 weeks ago, he told me he played quarterback. I didn't even know that, but it kind of makes sense because he's kind of smart and he has really good length, so he can cover ground really good. And he's also an older guy in that room, so I think it helps the younger guys. But he's a great teammate, great guy. Each day he's getting better just like everyone else. I just think that whole secondary as a whole and the whole defense, we're just trying to attack each day and get better.
Does it feel a little different? We were talking to some of the dudes yesterday. The excitement is there. You all feel like that potential is really there?
Yeah, it's definitely there. I mean, we're all excited. I was talking to Perk earlier today, and we were just saying, we feel like this could be a great year. I mean, we feel like we had the pieces on defense and offense to go out there and make Louisiana fans proud. I mean, just go out there with our head down every day and get better. I mean, we feel like it could be a great year, but we can't look forward to it. We just got to take care of today.